Is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to a brand new episode of VR365. What is going on? It is Tuesday. It is November 24th, and we are about to talk about a problem, a serious problem that is going on in the VR gaming industry. Nobody's talking about this, and with good reason, because a lot of people didn't know about this, me included. In fact, I only found out about this situation mere days ago, and I have owned a Valve Index for over a year and had no freaking idea that this was the actual situation. And so what I'm doing today, first of all, I did want to say, guys, this episode was not planned. Like, there was no strategy for this. I had no idea that I was going to be doing any kind of live stream anytime soon. If anything, I'm possibly going through a format alteration on this channel, and there won't be too many of the normal kind of shows that I used to do. I'll still do them on occasion, but it's mostly going to be like interview episodes, and then it's going to be pre-edited type videos like I've been trying to do. Don't really know what the hell I'm doing, but obviously I will learn as I go on. But the reason I'm having the show today is because this is an emergency. This is an effing emergency, all right? What I'm doing right now is a public service announcement. That's what this is. It's a public service announcement. And it's so important, in fact, that I'm going to full screen this bitch and go like this, because we're going to get into this, baby. We're going to get into this in a real effing way. I'm freaking pissed, and I'm going to get even pisser as it goes along. Pisser, is that a word? Probably not, but I just created it. All right, so what are we talking about here, ladies and gentlemen? What are we talking about here? What we're talking about is a problem, is what we're talking about. Okay, so let me back it up and let me give you guys a rundown on what the situation is. So behind me, you can see two large boxes. See those two large boxes that are on the ground? One of them is an HTC Vive, okay? The other one is a Valve Index. And there's a Quest 1 that's sitting on top of the Valve Index and a Quest 2 not too far away from there. So when the Valve Index became available, I ordered one immediately, okay? Absolutely immediately bought a Valve Index, all right? Then, you know, had to wait, and then finally, obviously, got my Valve Index. I wasn't like one of the very first people to get it. You know, I was like delayed or whatever. I was in like the second, third wave or whatever. But I finally got my Valve Index, and I've had mixed feelings about the Valve Index, but that's not what this is about at all. This has nothing to do with my disdain to some degree. Like, the Valve Index, I'll put it this way. The Valve Index is my daily driver, right? That's, well, kind of. It's kind of my daily driver, but under duress. It's my daily driver under duress. It's not that good. The Valve Index is not that good. It is the most overrated VR headset currently on the market today, bar effing none. But that's not what this rant is about at all. This has nothing to do with the quality of the Valve Index or anything like that. So let's not get it twisted. Although I do know for a matter of fact that the Valve Defense Force, oh my God, the Valve Defense Force, their feathers got ruffled. Their feathers got ruffled. Dude, these motherfucking Valve Defense Force MFers have come out in major force on Twitter, major force on the various subreddits, major force everywhere. You say anything about the golden child, Valve, oh my God, Valve is so effing precious. We can't say anything bad about Valve. Valve is like the freaking savior, right? Lord Gaben, we trust in Lord Gaben. Valve can do no wrong. You know, Half-Life Alyx is the best game ever, right? The Valve Index is the best VR headset. Nothing can ever be said bad about Valve, right? Because it goes against your effing narrative. It violates your worldview, and you can't deal with it because you're an effing fanboy, and that shit is ridiculous, and it's gotta stop. It is annoying as hell. We are talking about grown adults that are trying to spin this shit in random ass ways to try to defend their precious little company. Oh my God, poor little Gaben and all of his billions. Don't let Gaben cry. They're only sitting on $1 billion in cash reserves. $1 billion in cash reserves. Valve Index is a private company, but they have more than $1 billion in cash reserves. But let's go ahead and cry for this little indie company that saved PC gaming and is everybody's holy grail. Bullshit, man. So anyways, bottom line, okay, I got a little bit off target there because there's people in chat right now defending Valve. There's people in chat right now like, Valve Index? What are you complaining about? You're an entitled YouTuber. I'm such an entitled YouTuber, man. I'm so effing entitled. Okay, so back it up. Chill out for a second. Okay, so anyway, I bought a Valve Index, right when it came out. Got the Valve Index after a little while. Started playing the Valve Index. Now, I had my own personal issues about it. Again, don't want to get into that. But early on in the era of the Valve Index, there appeared to be a story that started to unravel about the controllers, okay? There was a controller issue that started to happen in the very early days of the Valve Index. And primarily, this controller issue had to deal with the left controller and the left thumbstick. Now, it wasn't always that. It could have been something else, but a lot of people were starting to have problems with the left thumbstick, or it wouldn't click in the right way, or it didn't go completely in the right direction. All these different things, right? I started hearing about all these horror stories. This was early days in the Valve Index. Now, mind you, I'm playing my Valve Index on a regular basis, and I didn't really notice any problems. Now, did my thumbstick click in nicely? Did I get that nice click? No, I didn't get the nice click. But I was playing every game perfectly fine. There were no issues. I had no concerns, right? Okay, as months started to go on, I started to notice that every once in a while, I would get a little bit of weirdness on my left thumbstick. Okay, and other people, so here's another aspect of this, guys. I knew people, and there are plenty of people, there's probably somebody in chat right now that could say, yeah, I did this. Okay, there were people that preemptively RMA'd their Valve Index controller, even though it was functioning 100% perfectly fine. Even though their Valve Index controller was behaving 100% fine, other than the fact that it didn't click, and so that annoyed the OCD in them, which I understand. I've got OCD issues as well. It is kind of annoying, right? But people were RMAing basically it was a preemptive strike. They're like, oh, the entire batch of Valve Index controllers that were manufactured, this entire batch has a manufacturer defect. I'm going to RMA this shit now because I want to get new control, even though I don't have a problem, but I know there's going to be a problem. So I'm just going to pretend there's a problem. Okay, so a lot of people did that. Did I do that? No, I didn't do that. I was one of the few that didn't do that. Okay, because I was like, well, maybe there is a problem, maybe there's not. I'm able to play all the games perfectly fine. It's not that big of a deal. I'm not going to cry about it because the situation for me is like I would play like 20 different VR games and like 18 of them I would notice nothing Nothing out of the ordinary. Everything was fine. But maybe there would be 2 games out of the 20 where I'm doing a certain very specific motion or something, and I noticed some weirdness, but it was pretty minor in the grand scheme of things, all right? So this was going on for a number of months, right? And then, it never got super bad where I felt like, man, I can't deal with this anymore. F it. I'm going to RMA these things. I'm going to get some new ones. I was just basically living with it. It wasn't 100% flawless. I knew there was definitely a little problem with it, but it just wasn't that big of a deal. Also, going through the entire process, I didn't want to have to package these up, send them away, and do all of that, yada, yada, yada. So ultimately, I didn't RMA my controllers when I probably should have. Okay, and as months went by, and as we started nearing the 1 year mark since when I bought my Valve Index, the 1 year since I purchased it, it was starting to get a little bit worse. I started to notice it more in certain games where it was really causing me some serious problems. But again, I was able to play a lot of different games where it was perfectly fine. Like no one would notice anything was wrong at all, but there would be the occasional game where you'd really notice it and it would irritate you. But for the most part, wasn't that bad. So ultimately, to make a long story short, I got lazy and I didn't RMA my Valve Index controllers when I should have. Now, is that on me? Hell yes, absolutely. That's on me. That's my fault. No, I'm not saying Valve owes me anything at all. I'm not saying they owe me new controllers. I'm not saying, if Valve doesn't give me brand new controllers, F them. No, this is not my complaint. Okay, so anyways, so here we are now, and it's like 13, 14 months or whatever since I bought it. And what happened was I was playing this one game, and I was moving my character in a certain direction, and I was moving him in a direction, and then I would stop, and my character just kept moving, just kept walking. And I'm like, I'm not touching anything, and my character is just walking. And then I had to like get back, stop it, get back. And then I move again, and then my character's just drifting off in a certain direction. Okay, so at that point, I was like, F this bullshit. I'm going to try to get this shit fixed. Okay, so what I did was I started the RMA process. And as I started the RMA process, I knew it was a 1 year warranty, and I knew it's been more than 1 year. So I wasn't expecting Valve to like give me brand new controllers. But at the same time, who knows? I don't know what they might do. So I'm going through the RMA process because at one point you have to give them like the serial number and stuff. So I thought, okay, they have the serial number. They'll check. They'll know that this was like the original batch. And look, that we all know this. We all know this. Like even the Valve Defense Force knows this. This is a fucking manufacturer defect. Like we know this. Like this thumbstick problem is a manufacturer defect. Now, why doesn't Valve come out and admit that? Because if they admitted it, what they would have to do is they would have to recall every single one of them. Also, they would have to fix whatever they would have to fix the flaw, the manufacturing flaw. They'd have to fix that and provide new controllers that no longer have this flaw. And the way I understand it is Valve still hasn't fixed this completely. There's people that have RMA'd their controllers like 5, 6, 7 times and they still get problems. They've gone through like 5, 6, 7 controllers. So it's been well over a year, but apparently Valve has still not solved this, but it's a manufacturer defect. We all know that. So I thought maybe when they had my serial number, they would realize, oh yeah, this is part of the batch that everybody got that was really bad. And everybody's eventually, like it's a ticking time bomb. Like every single controller is going to fail eventually. And so I thought, well, maybe I'll get lucky, maybe. And also, yeah, I am on YouTube. I mean, I'm a tiny little ass channel that nobody gives a rat's ass about, but I am on YouTube, and you just never know what might happen with that. And I also run a website called vrgamerankings.com, tiny ass little insignificant website that nobody gives a rat's ass about either. but you never know. You just never know how somebody like Valve might react to that. Maybe, maybe my little entitled YouTuber status could pay off and I would actually get these things fixed for free. Okay, not the case. Now, here's what I thought would happen. Okay, so has anybody ever bought like a $1,000 Sony HD TV? Because I have. I've bought a $1,000 Sony HD TV. I've bought a $1,000 Panasonic HD TV, actually well more than $1,000. I bought Samsung. I had a Samsung Plasma at one time. So all of these products have 1-year warranties, just like the Valve Index does. All of them. This is a standard practice here in the United States, is to have a 1-year warranty. That's standard. And I'm not arguing about the 1-year warranty. Like, I'm totally cool with that. Okay, so I had a Sony TV, right, that I owned for 3 years. I think it cost me like maybe $1,700, right? So I had it for about 3 years, and something started going really wrong with the picture. And I, researched it and found out that it's basically this particular component. Now, of course, I'm out of warranty. It's a 1-year warranty. Like all these products are 1-year warranties. It's, standard practice, no big deal. So what did I do? I called the 1-800 number for Sony, and they said, yeah, so here's what you could do. We can have a technician come out. There's a Sony repair center. A technician can come out. Now it's it was like $45 or whatever. The technician will come out. If he determines that it is that part costs like $475 or whatever. And, that's the way the game is played, man. You get shit repaired. Is this a fucking foreign concept to people out there? If you're selling a product that costs $1,000, you damn sure better effing repair the shit after the warranty is over. Now, you charge money for it. Yeah, you charge money for it. It's not going to be free. Look, this thumbstick right here, this left thumbstick, I know that because I bullshitted and didn't handle this when I should have handled it, I know this is going to cost me money. I messed up. It's my fault. I messed up. I was lazy. I took way too much time. I messed up and I didn't freaking handle it, right? And so I got to pay money to get this thumbstick fixed, right? And I'm thinking to myself, well, how much is this going to cost? Well, I'm going to have to send this controller to Valve. They're probably going to charge like a $35 fee just to look at it and see what the problem is. And then they're going to say, that costs $87.58 to repair it, but we will give you free shipping back to you. So you got to pay shipping to us. You pay a $35 fee. If we end up repairing the product, the $35 can go towards the repair. I've done this before, man. I did this with an HTC Vive wand. Okay, this is not a fucking foreign concept, ladies and gentlemen. This is not a foreign concept. Expensive things get repaired even after the warranty is over. Is this like a freaking new revelation to people? What the F? I mean, people are like, dude, it's a 1-year warranty. What do you want? I want it repaired. That's what I want. Like, if you're going to get into the business of manufacturing hardware, you got to service that shit. It's called service and support. It doesn't end after 1 year. Is there a gigantic warning sticker on that box that says, in 1 year, this Valve Index will self-destruct? Okay, so what Valve told me was, so I contact them and they're like, yeah, I'm sorry, you're out of warranty. They gave me a message like, yeah, we're sorry, you're out of warranty. You can check our Steam store. The controllers aren't in stock right now, but I'm like, what? I'm like, no, I want to get it repaired. I mean, I can get it repaired, right? They don't fucking repair shit. They don't repair anything. Do you know that? Okay, here's the situation. So my little thumbstick that's messed up, Here's Valve's solution to my problem. Their solution to my problem is to buy 2 brand new controllers for $300. My thumbstick repair is $300. $300 for a thumbstick repair. That is fucking grand larceny, all right? That is grand larceny. That is absolutely ridiculous. A thumbstick. Dude, what are these thumbsticks, man? What the fuck? Is it made out of solid gold and shit? Is there a diamond that's in there? $300 to repair a thumbstick? Because that's essentially what's happening here. They don't repair anything. Imagine that you bought a Valve Index, you used it for a year, and you had a wonderful time. Everything's great, you're playing your games, but you notice, oh, you know what? My A button doesn't work anymore. Damn it, this A button the A button isn't working anymore. Well, most normal people on planet Earth would think, man, this is gonna suck. I'm gonna have to send this controller to Valve. I'm going to have to pay for them to repair the A button, and then I'm going to have to wait for it to come back. Nah, that's not exactly how it's going to happen. What's going to happen is you're going to think that's going to happen, and then they're going to tell you to go buy 2 brand new ones. Dude, how freaking eco-responsible is this? What kind of carbon footprint is this? I could send you 1 controller. You could have a technician that repairs this shit, and you can charge me. I'm not saying do it for free, and it could be like $127. Dude, when I got my Vive wand repaired from HTC, they charged like $118 or something to repair my Vive wand. It was damn near the price of buying a brand new one. I only saved like $20 off the price of buying a brand new one. But I didn't have to pay tax on it because it was a repair. With this, I gotta pay tax. I gotta pay shipping. I'm just like a brand new Joe Schmo that has no bearing on anything, and I'm just buying brand new controllers. And so what is this? Is this a throwaway society? Just throw this shit in the garbage and buy new ones? Like, is this like a normal thing? Like, this is what you expect to do. Okay, so let's say you had a Valve Index headset like this, and you've got a cord like this, but you got a little puppy. A month ago, you got a little puppy, and the puppy accidentally got into your VR room, and your puppy chewed through the cord, okay? And you've owned your Valve Index for 13 months, and your puppy chewed through the cord. Guess what? 500 bones. Buy a brand new one. Tough titty. Tough titty. Buy a brand new one. 500 bones. Yeah, that's their answer. That's their answer to your problem. Buy a brand new one. I can tell you this. Had I known that this was the situation, I wouldn't have touched this shit with a freaking 20-foot pole. It's the number one reason why I wouldn't like buy a Pimax or something. Because what are you going to send it to China and is it ever going to come back? No. Now, look, I know all products have a 1-year warranty. I understand that. But provide repairs. And if you don't provide repairs, look, I thought about this. Okay, so what are the different things that they can do here? What are the different options they can do? Okay, well, option number 1, repair your own shit. No one put a gun to your head, Gaben, and force you to build a VR headset. You guys decided to do this. You decided to build a VR headset. You decided to build these fancy controllers. You've got lighthouses. Nobody forced you to do it. You decided to do it. If you're going to bring out a product and you're going to sell a product to the people out there, you got to set up repair services. I'm actually amazed that this is even legal. I can't believe this is legal. I can't believe it's legal for you to make a product and not allow it to be repaired. For you just to be, oh, no, we don't repair nothing. Repair? What? Repair? Why would I repair it? No, just buy a new one, man. Just buy a new one. Oh, your cord got bit by your pup. Oh, tough luck, man. Buy a new one. 500 bones. 500 bones, bro. Oh, your lighthouse isn't working right. Yeah, buy 2 of them. Yeah, I know it's a little bit of a ecological waste, and yeah, it's kind of like a carbon footprint problem there that, we're manufacturing things and just throwaway society. Yeah, just throw them in the trash, buy a new one. Yeah, when you bought that brand new Mercedes, right? It had a 1-year warranty, and in year 2, I guess just drive it off a cliff. Just drive it off a cliff, just throw it away. Throw it all away. Okay, now here's the complaint that I've heard about, ladies and gentlemen. This is the complaint that the Valve Index Defense Force specialists try to bring up. The Valve Index Defense Force specialists, damn it, where was I going with this? I forgot what I was going to say about this. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So the Valve Index Defense Force specialists, here's what they'll say. They'll say, if your PlayStation, they'll say other products are like this as well. Like Oculus, you can't get a new controller or whatever. Look, I don't know what the deal is. All I know is this is $1,000. You're in a different category when you're selling $1,000 product. Okay. An Oculus Quest, those Oculus Quests that are over there, those are toys. This isn't a effing toy. This is a freaking high-end piece of electronics. This is $1,000. This cost me more than $1,000. This was like $1,085 and change with tax and everything. I had to pay tax and shipping. Yeah, I know the controllers are $270 or $280 or whatever, but I'm going to have to pay tax and shipping. It's probably going to be more than $300. I need to find somebody in California that all they bought was the Valve Index controllers. They paid tax and shipping. What was their grand total? Because that's really what the cost is. And when you're selling something that's like $1,000, yeah, you have a 1-year warranty. I'm not saying you fix things for free for the rest of your life. No, you charge a fee. I had to pay a fee to Sony. I had a technician come and he took out this little box, put a different box in. I had to pay like $480. But you know what? $480 is a hell of a lot better than paying $1,700, which is how much the TV cost. That's all I expected, man. When I had my Vive controller and it was broken and I sent it back to HTC and they repaired it, the repair was expensive as hell. I only saved like $25 off the price of a brand new one, but they still offered it. So here are the available options. Repair your own shit. Okay? Now, if you refuse to repair your own shit, sell one controller. Sell one individual controller. All I have is one left thumbstick that's jacked up. Sell me a left controller. Oh, you don't want to break up the sweet little pairs. Well, maybe you shouldn't have a manufacturer defect. Maybe you should learn how to make shit the right way. Maybe you should test shit the right way and learn how things work. And don't sell products if you can't manufacture them the right way. Don't get involved in this industry if you can't freaking deal with the reality of everything. Like you gotta, this is your responsibility, Valve. Again, no one put an effing gun to your head. So sell an individual controller. If they sold an individual controller, it's $280. So an individual controller would be $140. Now I'd be out $140. But again, like I said, it was my fault. I was too lazy. I took too long. I didn't RMA it in time. So I pay $140. It's a $140 lesson. It's an expensive ass lesson. But dude, $140 is a hell of a lot better lesson than $300. $300 is effing ridiculous. So number one, repair it yourself. Number two, if you can't repair it yourself, if you don't want to repair it, then sell an individual controller. Don't screw over your most loyal subjects that bought the shit on launch day. Dude, all these people, I tweeted about this, and all these people were like, oh, they always repair everything in warranty. They always repair, you're in the first year warranty, right? You're still under warranty, right? Of course you're under warranty. No, I'm a filthy scumbag. I unfortunately bought it on launch day. Oh my God, shame on me. Shame on me for buying it on launch day. I must be the scum of the earth. Oh my God, I've got a problem with my valve index after 365 days. Yeah, I must just be a horrible, awful person. Oh, you had a problem out of your warranty? Oh, get away from me. You got the freaking cooties and shit. You got a problem out of your warranty? Oh my God. You are despicable. Get the hell away from me. Dude, people use this shit for more than a year. There's no way. If I knew that this valve index was good for 1 year, and then if anything goes wrong, I gotta buy a freaking new one? Hell no. Hell no. I would never buy this. I could not recommend the valve index to anybody. To anybody. And you shouldn't recommend the valve index to anybody. And if you're thinking about buying a valve index, what the hell are you doing? Unless you're just balling out of control. And some people out there are balling out of control. Some people out there got way more money than sense. Some people out there are freaking VR nut jobs, but they bought a PlayStation 5 and an Xbox XX, XXX sex just because they're balling out of control and they got money. They got more money than they know what to do with, man. They wipe their ass with $100 bills. If you're one of these people, congrats, man. Good luck. I mean, great. That's awesome. Like, I don't got no hate for you. I'm not envious of you. That's good. I mean, cool. You're making lots of money. Great. I mean, yeah, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. And if you got it like that and you're willing to just buy a new index every year, then that's great. But there's some of us that don't do that. Some of us actually like save money up. I know how hard it is for you to believe this, you entitled mofos that just got money coming out of your ears. Not envious, of course, not envious. But I know it's hard for you to believe, but there's some people that dream of a product like this, even though they can't really afford it. They dream of a product like this. And you know what they do? They take $100 and they squirrel it away in January. They take $200, they squirrel it away in February. In March, they squirrel away $100. I've done this before in the past. When it came to like, I knew that I was going to be buying like a PlayStation 2 or the original Xbox or whatever. I would know about that shit way in advance and I'd be like, I can't really afford it, but you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put $50 away here. I'm going to put $70 away there. I'd have a little envelope and I'd write like Xbox. And I'd put $50 into it, $75 into it. And then by the time the thing was going to be released, I'd have enough money to buy it. Not all of us are balling out of control. I've heard this argument this is the other argument that you get. If you're buying a $1,000 product and you can't really afford it, then you have no business buying it. Fuck you. Fuck you. Seriously, fuck you. Some people want to freaking enjoy the finer things in life, even if they can't afford it. And they want to save up for it. These freaking people, man, that are like, if you can't afford a $1,000 device, then you have no business buying one. What the hell are you doing? You know, get a freaking Oculus Quest, man. I mean, it's just ridiculous, man. Okay, let's take a look at some idiots in chat. Aaron Heidelbaugh. That's fine. But VR365 shouldn't be asking for Valve to test the thumbsticks they made. They didn't make them. And if that rule applies, almost no company does that either. I have no idea what you're talking about, homie. Imagine picking a shit tier thumbstick for your $300 controllers. Yeah, so I don't know, man. I guess I'm like, maybe I'm crazy and weird to think that companies should actually like provide support and service beyond 1 year. I'm not saying give shit free. I'm saying charge money for the repair. Sony charged me money for the repair. I was out of warranty. They charged me money for the repair. I paid the money for the repair. I got it fixed. We're all happy. I mean, I'm out of warranty. I had to pay money. That sucked, but I didn't have to buy a brand new Sony TV for $1,700. That is literally what Valve is asking you to do. $300 for a thumbstick. For you Valve Defense Force mofos, you really think that this thumbstick is worth $300? Do you really think that this is fair? If you think this is fair, I want to hear your explanation in the comments after this video. Okay, why is it fair to pay $300? Because I think there's lots of different options. Option one, fix your own shit. If you build something, fix it. Charge money. You can charge money up the yin yang. Now, I do also believe that there should be some consumer laws, though. I believe the way the law should work is there should be some kind of law where if you are repairing a product that you sell, the repair can only be a maximum of like 75, 80% of whatever the brand new retail price is. So for example, like let's say you could buy these individually for $140. The maximum amount that Valve should be able to charge for the repair is like $115 or something like that. There should be some kind of consumer law like this. Also, for all you Valve Index Defense Force mofos out there, do you know that if I was in Europe, I wouldn't have this problem? If I lived in Europe, I would not have this problem. This is a USA problem. It's a USA problem because our consumer protection laws are garbage on a stick. All right? That's why. Our consumer protection laws are freaking terrible. They're really lame. It's awful. And if I was living in Europe, this episode wouldn't be happening. I wouldn't be tweeting about this. I wouldn't be talking about this. This would be a non-issue. There's a lot of European people were replying to my tweet and like they didn't understand what was going on because they get a 2-year warranty. So it's not even entering their brain. Also, if you think this is the first video that you're going to see about somebody complaining about this issue, maybe it's the first one, but you're going to see more and more and more of these, baby. Because guess what? A whole gang of mofos bought Valve Index right when it came out. And some of these Valve Indexes are going to start having problems. And these people are going to think that they're going to think they can get it repaired, and they're going to find out, no, you just buy a new one. Just throw it away and buy a new one. Patently ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Totally unacceptable. Totally unacceptable. You know what would have been acceptable, kind of, is if Valve said, we don't repair Valve Index stuff, but we do know a company that does repair Valve Index stuff. Here's the name, here's the website, here's the phone number. There is a company that does repair Valve Index stuff, but we don't actually do that. That would be, something they could do as well, is like lead you to some other place. Sell you an individual controller, lead you to some other place, or maybe sell you the item at cost. Maybe sell it to you at cost, considering it is a manufacturer defect. I mean, they know it. Internally, they know it. Like, don't act dumb. You know damn well Gaben and company, everybody involved with this knows it's a manufacturer defect. They still haven't repaired the shit. They still don't know how to repair it. So anyway, guys, that's pretty much what I had to say about this. And really what this was all about, this is like just a public service announcement. I'm just trying to let people know, like, don't buy a Valve Index. Seriously, unless you're balling. If you're balling out of control, by all means, buy a Valve Index, buy an HP Reverb G2, buy a freaking B haptic suit, buy a freaking foot VR controllers, buy that freaking parachute thing where you're hanging from the ceiling, buy a yaw, buy everything, man. If you're balling out of control, I'm happy for you, bro. Not all of us are balling out of control. And so I wanted to give a public service announcement to people out there that think they're buying like a good product and like a company is standing behind it. They're not standing behind their shit at all. They're telling you, look, we're going to give you a 1-year warranty because this is what's required by law, but we ain't doing shit after that. Well, there's going to be a lot more of these videos. This is just the first. Somebody's going to have a puppy. They're going to chew through the cord and they're going to be like, what? I got to pay $500 for a new HMD because my freaking puppy chewed through the cord? or somebody's going to have one of these like sitting on the ground, and some kid, like their little 11-year-old is going to accidentally step and break this speaker off of it or something. And they're going to find out it's $500. $500, man. They don't repair nothing. So yeah. I mean, is it a foreign concept? Has anybody ever had a TV? Has anybody ever had a laptop? I mean, or a DSL camera, or like an SLR or whatever, SLR camera, like anything that like is an expensive item, anything that isn't, look, Sony's not going to repair your PlayStation 4 controller. They're going to tell you, go buy a new one. Just go to Best Buy and buy a new one. Same thing with Xbox. If your Xbox One controller's broken, you go buy a new one. It's like $80 or $79.99 or $69. I don't know what those freaking controllers cost anymore, but they're going to tell you to buy a new one. But if your product is $300, $300, that's why HTC repairs their shit, because they charge so goddamn much for the controller. It's about the price. Like the Oculus Quest is $300. If your controller breaks and you got to buy an entirely new Oculus Quest, well, now you've got another Oculus Quest. Now, I do agree that Facebook, if they really want to be in this game, and if you really want to like take care of your customers and be about like the community and everything and be a part of this thing going forward, you should have like enough controllers that are just off to the side that are only for people in this situation. Your warranty's expired, your controller's broken, and you just need to buy one left controller or one right controller. That should be an option. You know, that should be an option. This should not be a foreign concept. All right? So whatever, maybe I'm an asshole, maybe I'm crazy, maybe I'm an entitled YouTuber, whatever, man. But I personally think this is bullshit, and I'm putting this out there so hopefully other people find out about this, and hopefully I save somebody some serious tragedy, 13 months from now, 14 months from now. Somebody that saved up their hard-earned money, doesn't make a lot of money, but they still wanted the finer things in life, and they squirreled away all this money, finally was able to get it up and running, and then they got to buy a brand new one? They got to buy a brand new one? Not all of us are just balling out of control like that. All right, well, that is going to go ahead and do it, folks, for this episode of VR365. Not a real episode. This is not a real episode. This is just a public service announcement about some bullshit. Some Class A bullshit. Valve Defense Force, folks. Go ahead, leave your comments. I want to see how you spin it. I'm really curious to see how you spin it. It's all on me, right? Yeah, I should have known better. I should have known about the 1-year warranty. I should have known that they don't repair their products. I should have known that this is like a new thing or something. I should have known. It's my fault. I know it's my fault. I didn't create the manufacturer defect that they did. There should be a class action lawsuit against this, but no, it's my fault. Yeah, it's my fault. Alrighty, that'll do it. I'll see everybody later. Have a good one. Peace out.